Welcome to my kitchen. Namaste. Actually, my wife would hate that. Anyways, my name is John / Doug, Californian, 48 years of age, living in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. G'day, mate. Just thought I'd take you through a tour of my metal shirts and what they mean to me. I guess we're going to start with King Diamond. I have a few shirts of his, actually. That one, Abigail. This one, actually, Abigail and Them are my favorite albums. So, yeah. I love King Diamond. You know, a lot of people can't handle his voice. I find his voice to be, you know, part of the package. So you got to dig it all. I love Andy LaRocque as a guitar player, and I think that for concept albums, both Abigail and Them are the fucking business. A lot of these shirts I got from just friends sending. I got a friend in Texas named Chuck who PayPals me money every now and then, and I usually buy a shirt or two and let him know what I bought, and a lot of guitar picks, and I always thank him, and he's like my heavy metal sugar daddy. Yeah, I love you, Chuck. You're the fucking rat. We used to go see Violence together in the Bay Area all the time. Violence Forbidden. We were there. These guys, Coroner. I had two albums, I think Metal Vortex and the one with Read My Scars. I really like Read My Scars, and the one they did the video for, Die By My Hand. Yeah, these guys are great. I saw them live in maybe 92 in the Bay Area. I believe it was the Omni in Oakland. And yeah, for a trio, they're fucking mad. This one I just got last week. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I had the album with Metal Church on it, and the only songs I know are Beyond the Black and Metal Church. I really couldn't go beyond those songs because I loved Metal Church so much. I just rewind the tape back to Metal Church. I was working at a pizza place, and I just listened to it all the time. So I know minimal about Metal Church, but I've played Metal Church songs so many times that there's got to be some sort of world record somewhere. We all love Dimebag. I was a huge fan. I saw them once on the Cowboys from Hell tour, twice. Once their plane didn't make it. This was in the Stone in San Francisco, so that show wasn't canceled, but Forbidden were drunk and in the audience, and they came up and played, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 songs, and you had the choice to either get your money back or stay, and we were like, fuck it, we're here. So yeah, and then I saw Pantera with Skid Row in San Jose somewhere. That was good. And then I saw White Zombie open for him, I think on Vulgar Display of Power tour. And I think I would have seen Far Beyond Driven as well, I think. Now, when this shirt gets all shitty, I'll just put on this shirt. Like, I gotta have at least 3 or 4 King Diamond shirts just always happening. And I've been thinking about getting a battle vest. But my wife is like, dude, you're old as fuck. You're going to look like a total asshole. But I still think I'm going to do it regardless. Like, what the fuck? And I'm going to get a massive patch of Abigail for the back. But I'm wondering, maybe you can help me with this. What is the better denim to get? Blue denim or black denim, number 1. Number 2, does it matter if the vest is aged? Does that really, do people look down on you if you're wearing a brand new vest with patches on it? Or is that like uncool? I don't know. Are air quotes uncool? Okay. Some dude on my Facebook bought me this. He bought me this and Doc and some other shit. But yeah. Look, the dudes sometimes like to buy me shirts. So I don't say no, I say yes. So this is Rat. I had out of the cellar when I was, I don't know, 17, 18. My sister gave me Emerson, Lake and Palmer brain salad surgery when I was 5. Music kind of went on and on and on. And then when I was 10, I bought Kiss Double Platinum and Love Gun on the same day, and then was right into Kiss for until I was at least 15, and then got into AC/DC and Van Halen, and then it was always kind of shreddy guitar players and trying to find heavy bands with good guitar players, and then it would just progress and progress and progress to where now I listen to drum and bass at work. Kidding. I'm not kidding. I can't listen to metal at work. Not because I don't want to, it's just because it'll raise my temperature and I want to fight instead of actually do work. So at work I listen to a lot of like Latin jazz, a lot of lounge music from the 50s and 60s. Just shit that was gonna calm my ass down. I run hot. I mean, come on. You gotta have an Aussie shirt. You gotta have probably more than one Aussie shirt. This is probably my favorite album of the Aussie era. No disrespect to Zach at all, but you know, I was into other shit. But really love Diary of a Madman a lot. Didn't see him with Randy. I had a friend who did, and yeah, I'm kicking myself. I also missed out on Dio too, so fuck. Can't see them all. But I did see Stevie Ray Vaughan when I was 15. And Van Halen 1984 tour. It was Power Slave. Actually, I got a couple of different Maiden shirts. You gotta have a couple Maiden shirts as well, I believe. What I wouldn't mind finding is a nice Somewhere in Time shirt. I think that would be a great... I saw that tour actually, and as an 18-year-old, I was high as fuck, and yeah, I was pretty much plastered to my seat, so say no to pot if you have PTSD. And here's the one I just got, maybe, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. You should always have, you know, a Maiden Number of the Beast shirt. I can't wait till this gets a bit ragged. I'll cut off the sleeves, and that'll be my new thing, which you'll probably see in videos. Now, this isn't so much a band, but in the heavy metal and goth culture, he is the fucking business. That is my man, Pinhead. I remember seeing the first Hellraiser movie and him saying, you know, no tears please, it's a waste of good suffering, and that has just always stuck with me. So I found it on YouTube every now and then. I'll go back and just listen to that 2-minute clip and I just love it. I love Pinhead. I love Doug Bradley as Pinhead. He's the man. These guys are super duper rad, and my band in the States, Sinister Sam, we supported Forbidden, I think 2 or 3 times actually. Once at the Omni in Oakland, once at the Cactus Club in San Jose, California. So yeah, love these guys. I know Craig. Craig comes out, and they played not too long, well, they didn't play not too long ago, but 2 or 3 years ago. They did Omega Wave Tour, that was great. And that song is fantastic, listening to it in the laundromat today. I don't wear this out in public much because I don't know a lot about Creator. You know how in metal life or whatever, there's some bands you just skip. And for some reason, these guys were just never on my radar, for whatever reason, you know? So now I'm trying to get back into the pockets that I've skipped, and this is definitely one of them. My friend Palf he loaned me the disc of Coma of Souls, and I had it in the car, and I liked it, but the thing was skipping, and started listening to Cattle Decapitation instead. Now, I had this CD, and I loved it, and I think the main reason why I loved it is because the dude's feet were fast as fuck. Like, I'm a sucker for double bass. So I saw this, I don't know, on eBay somewhere, and said, you know what, I had that fucking CD, I might as well get the shirt. Could I name any of the songs? No. Could I name any of the members? No. But I did have the CD. So Solstice, you're in my heart. As a guitar player, you have to have one of these. It is, you know, that iconic picture. What is this, the Philly concert? If you look on YouTube, somebody's posted some footage of the Philly concert, and somebody knows the exact second that this photo was taken, so you can see it happening. And I think it's, second solo of Mr. Crowley? Yeah, so, you know, you gotta have one of those, because Randy was fucking rad. He had the goth thing going, which was cool. Black leather, looked mean as fuck. Lovely composer, for sure, and a fucking ripping guitar player. Love these guys a lot. SOD, Speak English or Die. I was actually listening to these guys before I even got into Anthrax. MTV Headbangers Ball would, you know, play that music before, I don't know, little clips of SOD, and I just thought it was the heaviest shit I'd ever heard in my life. So I had friends who were girls, and these girls were just, they were fucking ferocious metalheads, and then I'm like, who the fuck is this? And they told me, they're like, that's SOD. And I was like, well, I'm getting onto that. This I bought not too long ago, and I'm so glad I did, because I love it. I remember hearing this. I remember hearing Rainbow in the Dark. God, on the radio, like San Jose rock radio, in the 80s was absolutely brutally badass. So when this album came out, they played it right away. Like Rainbow in the Dark was in heavy rotation, so we bought the album and really got it. I love Dio. I'm very upset that I missed Heaven and Hell when they came out. And I know that's not the name of Sabbath, but, you know, tax purposes or whatever. But it doesn't matter. I missed them, and I feel like a fucking dick. But I love Ronnie James Dio. He has one of my favorite voices. Death, Spiritual Healing. I bought the shirt because I liked the colors. You're going to think that's a dick move, but I just like the way it looks. I don't know much about this album, but I know a lot about human and individual thought patterns, and actually saw the Individual Thought Patterns tour in California. And Gene was on drums, and he had a propeller as one of the fucking cymbals, and it was bizarre. And it was crazy because he was actually walking with a cane, and I'm like, fuck, that's the drummer? First off, he was like 6'5", and look, just bigger than everybody else. He fucking slayed. It was crazy because I was standing in the venue. It was a One Step Beyond in Palo Alto. I was standing on a chair against the back wall, and the whole fucking room was the pit. It was scary and exciting at the same time. These guys are Vicious Rumors. This is the Digital Dictator album. I had this album. I had the one after it, I think, which is entitled Vicious Rumors. I saw that one of my first club going experiences was Vicious Rumors and Racer X at the Stone in San Francisco. And before Racer X even got on, these guys were the support act, and they were fucking smoking. And I was like, God damn, I need to get into them, and I did. And then eventually I'd see Mark McGee at Vicious Rumor shows or whatever, and strike up little conversations with him. Whether he remembers me now, highly, highly unlikely. And of course, these bad bastards right here, the Mighty Meshuggah, I love them a lot. None, Destroy, Erase, Improve, all the way. I mean, I still love them now. I don't follow them as much as I used to. I'm going back to older stuff, you know? And I think the one to cap it off is this motherfucker right here. Yep. I heard this album a bunch of times. It's cool. Espionage. Melvyn Metal. I think these guys are power metal. 4-piece. Bass player does vocals. I know the guitar player Dennis Dizen Suzuka. He does a show called the Hard Rock and Heavy Metal Show on Channel 31 out here. It's probably on now. I bought this shirt in Adelaide. We were doing a show with them at Legions of Steel. And I cut the sleeves off. No, some lady cut the sleeves off for me without scissors, and she fucked the shirt. So then I had to ask him for another one, and he gave me one. So I cut them myself. And then I wore it for the show, so I will do that. Say, hey, you know what? Send me a shirt of your band. I'll wear it at the fucking show. Dream shirts I hope to get. Probably Exodus, Fabulous Disaster, if they have one of those floating around. Probably more Maiden shirts. I'll never stop, and like King Diamond for fucking days. But I think around Christmas time, I'm really going to start focusing on the vest. And a lot of these bands are going to be the majority of, that's one I don't have. I don't have Anthrax Among the Living. That is a great shirt. I saw that tour with Kiss in San Francisco at the Warfield, I do believe. And I was blown away because Anthrax are actually rushing the songs. So imagine fast songs already pumped up to the fucking, I couldn't believe it. So yeah, very stoked. I'd like to get an Anthrax Among the Living shirt. I think that's it. Thanks for hanging out with me. I hope I did not bore you. And I don't know what I'm supposed to say now. Like, hit the like button, like my channel, subscribe, or whatever the fuck. Do what you gotta do. But thanks for listening, because Otherwise, I'm just talking to a camera and looking like a fucking jackass. Peace.